Hey guys, welcome to another Music Sheets. We're back again talking about more music. And today we're going to be talking about Lana Del Ray. Now, I really hadn't listened to that much of her music before then, but I've been recommended her a lot by people in my life. Now, if you are a huge Lana fan, you might want to click off this video. But it's definitely interesting. So, let's get started. We start with her not officially released album titled Lana Del Ray, in which I gave a 94 out of 130, which is a 72.3077, which is 70 overall, which is a C. Definitely an interesting start, but not necessarily the sound that I gravitate to. Then we have Born to Die Deluxe, in which my 10s were Radio and Carmen, in which I gave 115 out of 150, which is a 76.6667, which is a 77, which is a C. I've heard this album a lot be praised as one of the best debut, and I don't think I necessarily agree with that sentiment. It definitely has some standouts in there. It's definitely building the type of music she presents. It's still not necessarily what I gravitate to. And you're going to see that a lot. So, yeah. The next one was Ultraviolence Deluxe, in which the 10s were West Coast and Sad Girl, in which I gave 101 out of 140, which is 72.1429, which is 72, which is a C. Keep skedaddling. We have Honeymoon, in which the 10 was Elysian, in which I gave 108 out of 140, which is a 77.1429, which is 77, which is still a C. Then we've got Lust for Life, in which I gave no 10s, but it was 114 out of 160, which is a 71.25, which is 71, which is a C. Then we have Norman effing Rockwell, in which I gave nothing a 10, but this was definitely starting to move into more of my taste of music. I gave it 114 out of 140, which is 81.4286, which is an 81, which is a B. Then we have Chemtrails Over the Country Club, in which I gave a 10 to White Dress and Chemtrails Over the Country Club, in which I will say Chemtrails is probably my favorite song from her. It is so romantic and subtle and pretty, and yeah, that one was definitely more of my taste and what I like, so take that for what you will. In comparison of more of the sound I like of her versus what isn't my favorite. So, we're all different, and that's kind of where I go to. This was a 94 out of 110, which is an 85.4545, which is an 85, which is a B. I malfunctioned a bit, it's okay. Then we have Blue Banister, in which the 10 I gave was Wildflower, Wildfire, and Cherry Blossom. The Wildfire, that's a tongue twister. That one was really fun. It kind of took me off guard, but it was definitely a fun one. And I gave that 121 out of 150, which is an 80, which is a 0.6667, which is an 81, which is a B. Whoa! I have a lot of tongue twisters in this. Is it a tongue twister, or am I just like breaking down? You tell me. I'm not sure which one, but hey, I have a bird, so it's fine. Then we have her most recent album that was also nominated for some Grammys and stuff. Did you know that there is a tunnel under Ocean Blvd, in which I gave Candy Necklace, Paris, Texas, 10s. But overall, I did enjoy this album by far the most, along with like Chemtrails. This album felt like it was the most consistent in terms of style I like, but also storyline, and just felt like a a really full body of work. So this was 137 out of 160, which is an 85.6250, which is an 86, which is a B. So, did you know that there's 10 on their Ocean Blvd? Definitely my favorite of her albums. And then Chemtrails Over the Country Club was definitely my favorite song of the ones we've talked about. So, yeah. I don't think I can count myself as a Lana stan, but it was definitely nice to actually finally listen to her music and understand what people are talking about in reference to her. So, yeah, thank you for joining along and listening to some new music with me. Whether it's your thing or not your thing, it is fun to get to explore genres and different sounds and all of that. So, yeah. Let me know who you guys want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.